Hope everyone is doing well. We are back as always. Doing the usual, but I kind of like want to mix things up sometimes, and I want to know how you guys feel about it. Um, because I'm also like trying to improve in chess. I want to kind of do this thing where there are streams where as I'm training, I'll be training with you guys. So if I'm learning end game, whatever materials I'm using, I'll use it with you guys. I just want to like, will you guys be interested like that? Like, there's not a lot of people on the stream right now, but yeah, that's something I'd like to know. But the whole kind of just like booting up a stream and playing games. I mean, what makes the stream I think much more entertaining is like when we have conversation. But like simply booting up a stream just to just play, I that's something I'm. So yeah, just let me know. What you guys think. I'll bring this up later on during the stream. But as always, we start with our puzzles. I believe puzzles are a good way to keep your senses sharp. So as and whenever you can, playing puzzles is always something. It's always a good thing you can. Mine, yeah, for sure. I'm playing a lot of like Puzzle Street, which is a lot more easier than puzzles. But yeah, it does like it gives you the same plethora of like positions and helps you. Oliver, how you doing? It's good to see you. I was basically saying that would you guys be interested if I do a stream that is not about me playing, but it's about me learning? Right? Who knows? Maybe I'll do it on a Tuesday or I'll do it on a Wednesday. Maybe Wednesday will be added. Then it's just a stream where I'm just like um studying, studying openings, reviewing games of anybody, like a more instructions book focused stream. I was wondering how if you guys would ever be interested. Because I don't like just coming up. Something more instructions book focused stream. I was wondering how if you guys would ever be interested. Because I don't like just coming up. Something it's like I feel like I'm just coming to If this continues, I may have to break stream. Actually, since morning, like I said, I do sometimes play like Shadowverse, and since morning, even the matchups have been very crazy. So I don't know. If this keeps up, I might just take a break. But anyways, let's checkmate. But that's basically what I was saying. Tactics Tuesday. Yeah, that's like a nice title. That's a nice title. Yeah. So like I'll be learning openings, I'll be doing tactics, I'll be doing endgame positions, and we'll be learning together. Like that is actually a stream where you can give me moves and then we can discuss the moves. Right? And I think people want to participate. And it's like when I cut them off, they don't like it. But like when I'm playing games, I actually do want to think on my own. I don't really want like I feel very like I've cheated my opponent when that happens. But in those kinds of streams, because there's no like live elo on the line and everything, we can discuss moves, right? I've been thinking about it. I've been thinking about it. What basically inspired me is John Bartholomew's Lone Wolf League, the way he does it. I'm white. I've been thinking about black for some time now, not knowing I'm white. First of all, I was looking here, but then the bishop blocks. I'm looking at the knight coming in. It's a great idea. Nice. So no, I don't know. Maybe I'll do it on Tuesdays, or I'll add Wednesdays to the stream days. I don't think we can stop this pawn, so we have to. Yeah, we'll promote first. I have to figure out the strategy for it. Wait, is it that straightforward? Like this puzzle solves itself. Like, what's my input here? Like, am I actually supposed to think about this position? Like, who is going to look at this and be like, oh, King A8? Like, this is like a. Some puzzles are just dumb. No, it doesn't work. Oh, I was so going to play this move. If my opponent takes and I take here. But it's basically removal of the defender. My current students, one of my students, we have been learning removal of the defender. When I introduced the topic, she thought it was like a very simple thing. But then I kept increasing the difficulty of the puzzles. And she was like, oh, wait, so you really need to have foresight to apply this tactic. And I'm like, yeah. We can go through those positions if you want. Very interesting. Pawn push is interesting. Our opponent is also trying to do this. So this move might be too slow. So I think it's just simply pawn push here. Because our opponent doesn't have like a very suitable check for which he can move the bishop away. Like you need to do something like this. Ratkata. What's up? How you doing? Or kata. I think kata is just simple. I don't confuse myself. Yes, I think it's pawn push first. I might be wrong here. Yeah, chilling. Hey, good. Welcome to the stream. Sometimes puzzles are too easy, and then there's me in a game missing mate in one. Hey, you know what Aman Hambleton says, right? When you see mate in one, look for better. So I think you are not wrong. I think you've learned from the best. I'm from Ghana. What about you? If you are not worried about me asking, I think it's just simply this, right? Like sincerely, some puzzles just simply solve themselves. It's like, what's my input? You're from Turkey. Nice. Nice, 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 nice. When you stream, you get to learn from different cultures. You realize that the world is bigger, and you begin to see similarities. You know, I think that people are so different, but I begin to see similarities, and that's cool. I think that's one advantage of it. I think the obvious move is here. And now the question is, what's our opponent going to do? Hey, thanks for the follow, Carter. You've never heard that one? Then you've not been a fan of Chess Bras. There was a phase where I was just watching Chess Bras, and he's always like, when you see mate in one, look for better. So if you watch his stream, sometimes he sees mate in one and he's like, nah, I'm going to promote into a knight and a bishop and then checkmate you. Do I still just make a queen? Because I'm looking at this. But then I can hide here. So, but isn't this a draw? Can my opponent just draw with this? Promote. Queen takes check. King comes in here. Queen comes in here. Check. Then I come back here. Then we come here with check again. So wait. Pawn push. Queen takes check. What about pawn king here? Yeah. You don't have check here. You don't have check here. Yeah. This is how precise sometimes you have to be. Because if you go I hate this. Look, you are solving. I'm going to praise and complain at the same time, but you are solving a puzzle, and you are thinking so much about the possibilities of what makes the best move, and then the puzzle just does one move, and you're like, really? So why did I think about all that? You know? Okay. Okay, now this is actually not so straightforward. I doubt it's like queen here with bishop comes in here. I think that's too far-fetched. Welcome everyone. This is PM Chess, where we cover African chess and at the same time we are learning chess. So if you have any questions, anything you want to discuss concerning chess, I'm also open to it. If you also just want to like and support, I'm also fine with that as well. This is actually not so straightforward. So whenever you're solving tactics, there's this thing called CCA, checks, captures, attacks. So you want to look for moves that check, moves that capture, and moves that attack. And that's like basically how you try and get to the solution. So the first I looked at is this. But it doesn't work. Now I'm looking for attacks, if there's any attack that works, like this move. Because I see that it kind of moves the queen away from the defense of the knight, and that helps me. Yeah, move the guard of the knight. So this is the removal of the defender puzzle, right? So the check doesn't work. Attacking here doesn't work, but there are other attacks that exist. Sorry. The other attack is the G6 move that I'm talking about. Because now your opponent has to make a move with the queen. And when you look at all possible moves of the queen, this knight doesn't have this knight cannot be defended for long, or it loses its defender. What do I mean by that? If the queen comes in here, my queen takes it. That's just dumb. If the queen tries to come in here, my bishop is defending that square. Here it's also being defended. Here it's also being defended, and then here it's also being defended. So my opponent can never guard the knight, right? So G6 is the move, and then we can win this. That's the secret to solving puzzles. Though the only issue about solving puzzles is that you know that there's something, right? Like when this position is put in front of me, I know that there's something. In an actual chess game, that prompt doesn't exist. So you have to build that board awareness to know the prompt. But this gives you a good pattern or a basis for making judgment calls in position. And a lot of times, how do we know that it's going up? By looking at the board, we begin to figure it out. And sometimes chess intuition. Like your opponent makes a move and you're like, there's something wrong here. Right? So this is actually important. Yes, there's a prompt, but it is still very important. So taking here is the first thing in my mind, on my mind. There's also simply taking here, but the queen can run away. The second thing I'm worried about is if I take here, my opponent has the bishop coming in here. And in that case, I can just play it like queen takes here, right? I think that's it. Okay. Check. Our opponent has no choice but to move to these 3 squares. Which one is more confirmed and which one gives me the best? Check here. I instantly have this move, so my opponent may not play this. Actually, he could, because he can just bring his king here. So could it be check? King comes in here, check. This is actually not so straightforward. Of course, this is bad because we simply take here, so it's either here or here. So here back, I was looking at this, but I don't know why. King comes in this way. Knight takes this way. Can our opponent like mess with us in that time period? No, because now we have checkmate here, right? So I think that's the move. Yeah. That's the power of puzzles. I'm not even going to think about it. I've seen it. It's so cool to sacrifice your queen. I'm not even going to even mention it. I'm just going to do it. Hmm. I think I'll playing bishop takes first, but I don't know. It doesn't ring that much of a bell. Oh, wait. Yeah, but your opponent has to make a mistake, right? I'm looking at this move. Because if you take and I take, now my rooks are connected on this side of the board. Then there are some sacrifices that I could do. Takes, he might just take like here. Other way he takes is completely fine, so I don't think that's the move. The thing about a5 is that it's not forcing, right? This like I said, bishop takes and knight threatens mate. Yeah, I was thinking about this. Then if knight takes, then you have knight here. But I'm not so like sure. I mean, you don't get the mate, but you win the queen, right? Because bishop takes, queen takes, knight jumps in, then queen takes, which is still a good position, I guess. Yeah, I think you're right. You know, I was looking at this, but again, the point is this move doesn't force my opponent to make any move, right? Because the only thing that makes this a good move is if my opponent actually captures here. So it's not a forcing move. But like Oliver is saying, bishop takes is forcing because I'm attacking the queen, right? This move I also considered is forcing because if you don't do anything about it, this is checkmate. So mostly I'm looking for these forcing moves to kind of like help you. Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah. Let me jump in here. Because you have sacrificed the queen. Very right. Okay. Okay, this is very straightforward. We are looking at this. The only thing we have to be like careful about is the fact that after this, then there's this. Oh, but I guess we have like check here, right? Or we even win the bishop. Yeah, I think that's the case. We even win the bishop. If I play this and it's wrong, I'll be shocked. Okay. We still win the bishop. Is this on chess? Yes, it is on chess. Like chess.com has been lagging a lot whenever. I don't know. I actually haven't tried it with the new PC. Like I said, I got a slightly better PC. I haven't tried chess.com yet, but we can try it if okay, so we have takes, rook takes, takes with check, king takes, and then bishop takes. So we win a piece here. Win a piece here. Someone told me something about leeches, and I was like, so far it's been true. I was solving puzzles on leeches, and I was thinking about threefold repetition. And the guy was like, leeches doesn't do threefold repetition puzzles. And it's always been true. I've never seen a draw puzzle before. Like chess.com will give you a puzzle where you're supposed to find a draw, which is annoying. Check. Check. That's the first move. Or maybe that check is not good. How about check here? Rook can take, but then we just take. That's fine. Check here, the king comes in here, and I don't see what benefit that has got. Or rook check first. King comes in this way, and then we have back. Oh, that is so beautiful. I'm not even going to calculate it anymore. I agree. Those puzzles are the worst. It's like, what the hell is going on here? You know, because mostly puzzles are like something is happening on the board. But chess.com is like, nah, we're going to give you a threefold repetition. And you're going to be so confused. Like, I see the check. I don't see anything. You're looking. I spent like a 20 minutes staying at one chess position only to realize that was a threefold repetition. I was so pissed off. We can check and win this guy. If we take here and our opponent tries to defend it, we have bishop comes in check. Then our opponent comes back. And then I think we have like we have a way of like checkmating our opponent. So I think this is the first move. Then like I said, we play this. Oh no! No! I was too smart. I was too smart. Oh my god, I was too smart. I was too smart. I was thinking like a I was thinking like a like I was thinking like yeah, so I was I'm ignoring them. I'm ignoring them. I'm not minding them anymore. I've muted the mic enough. I'm not minding them anymore. You guys can do your romanticizing together and try and stress me out. I won't mind you. If you guys, my brother and his friend were like messing me up. You were screaming. I was too smart. Like I was too smart. How do I? Yeah, I can do this. I can do this. Um, I can do this. I think it allows me. I see you. Please go back to work. I won't mind you anymore. I was looking at it. Oh, why is it still giving me this? I want to just analyze the board. I won't mind you. Stop. Stop it. Oh, come on. I want to. Yeah. There's mate somewhere. Look, I was doing this. Look, I was being too intelligent, right? I was looking at this. He comes in here, and then I can set up a mate, right? Because now you come anywhere here, and this is what I have for you. I wasn't wrong. Like, I wasn't wrong. That's the point. Like, if I was wrong, fine. But I was correct. I wasn't like, okay, what's the defensive move? Let the engine prove me wrong. Let the engine prove me wrong. Okay, so he has this move. Okay, fine. I didn't calculate it well. I was thinking that that's the only move he had. Oh my goodness. Oh my god. Don't clip that. That just made me look dumb. Oh my god. Oh my god. And here I thought I actually got correct. I didn't get it correct. Oh my goodness. That was the funniest way to lose a streak. Okay. Now we can get into the games where I actually win all my games today. Guys, I promise I'm going to win all my games today. Like, I really want to do well. It went from bad to worse. Yeah. I really, I really want to do well in this upcoming tournament. I have to get to 1800 by the end of this tournament. With the way my opponent is playing it, I have very funny moves I play here. One is to simply go this way, which is very like not good. Another one is to like play a Jubava landing system and allow this, right? So let's do that. Next time I'll try this and see. I think this is actually a bad move. We can do this. Still looking at this move. Okay, now the queen wants to come in here. Can we just allow it? I mean, we can do this. Queen is going to come in either to C. Okay, he doesn't. And this is sometimes where I get confused, right? When the pawns are like this, sometimes I don't know which one to push. And I think that's a general problem that quite a lot of chess players have. This one looks like what I want to do because E5 is definitely what I always want to do. But I'm not so sure sometimes. I think E5 is the move. I could play this, takes, knight takes here. And this pawn is isolated. That's like the benefit I see of this move. But sometimes I'm not so sure. But let's stick to principle. And sometimes the reason why I don't want to push this is like I'm losing something crucial. Like this knight can't move because of this guy. But I'm like, okay, let's just go. We'll discuss it. At this point, I'm playing the game, so we'll discuss this after the game. So at this point, please don't recommend moves. Okay, let's do this. Okay. I mean, it's the same thing, isn't it? But right now, it's even like kind of worse for my opponent. Yeah, I mean, he knows this is coming, right? He definitely knows this is coming. Like, there's not a hidden thing. This is clear. Jack from Crass! What are you doing? I like the way sometimes you guys just pop in just so that I know that you're around. I appreciate that a lot. I do appreciate that a lot. Like, he's 1972. He definitely knew that that would happen. Like, this is the most common thing you would expect to see. You were saying something. Usually they say pawn breaks after you have developed. They say pawn break like after you have developed and castled unless there's a direct attack. Okay. Nice. I still have to like steady it because it's something that really like throws me off. I really struggle with it. How's my life? Up and down, but I do have some good news for myself. Yeah. Oh, he left the game. Oh. Oh. It's personal. It's personal. On the romantic side. But it's not a proposal. Oh boy. Life is cool. Recently I don't want to jinx it, but recently my chess has been like very well. Sorry. Normally like I always have this long period of I'm always doing bad and these short periods where I'm actually playing good chess. But it's like recently my chess has been very, very average and I don't know exactly what I've been doing differently. I have been playing more puzzles. I think looking for tactics and reanalyzing games and everything has helped a bit. But I have been a bit more like good. I will let you know once it's confirmed. You know, I don't want to jinx it by saying it. Maybe I should have even said it in the first place. But yeah, very nice news for me. I was very happy when I heard it. Very happy. But the good news I can tell you is that the president's cup is coming on. and I'm looking forward to it. So let's look at this position briefly. Let's look at this position briefly. This position, I mean, so I really hate the fact that the moment I turn on the engine, okay, let me reduce the number of lines and reduce the amount of time needed to think, and hopefully that like fixes that whole issue. Search time, let me move the search time to 6. Let me move the lines to 2, and hopefully that prevents the engine from the screen from lagging whenever I do that. Yeah, nope, it doesn't stop it. Anyways, so I decided to go for this like Jubava line again. Like, you know, normally when you're playing like the London system, your opponents like try and like counter attack you over here, but oftentimes I find that because they realize you want to come into e5, they play this sort of passive structure with d6, and sometimes I think this is bad, but I've tried playing this line before. I have won a game. Oh, that from Crass. I don't know. If you can stay a bit, maybe I'll play, right? Okay, then maybe it's not. Let me just play a few games and then I'll get a game with you. Okay. So normally there was a day I tried to do this, and the reason I tried to do this is simply because you want to kind of like hold your opponent's position, and that's what I thought this actually does, because like the knight can't move where it wants to, right? Pawn pushes don't make much sense, and like so on and so forth, right? So wait, that from class, what's your leech's name? Just want to be sure before someone uses your name to do something. Yeah, so that's what I was thinking that this move does, but though I've won some games with this, I have lost some games with this as well. So this move I know is basically stopping this whole idea, which is why I like to transpose to a Jubava London in these lines, right? I like to transpose to a Jubava London. Why? I can take control over the center. But then he makes a very strange, again, always look at what your opponent is trying to do. When the knight comes in here, he's still going to push here. That's why I played knight here. So I have 3 defenders versus his 2 attackers. Georgie, okay, I'll play one more game and then you can send your challenge, because it's been a while since you've dropped down the stream, so I want to do that specially for you. I know yours is State Ivor, Oliver. Oliver, as for you, I do know yours. The pawn push is what I was trying to stop. C6 indicates the queen is either coming here or here. More commonly, you find the queen coming in here to target this. But I was okay with the fact that I could play rook to b1. So that's why I went straight for the center here. And then he plays passively. And it says a4, like from left field. Like, what is a4 stopping? I do see that this exists, but then beyond that, what is a4 stopping? You know, this is why I hate the engine. This is why I hate the engine. Yeah, it does not like this move. I mean, it's a completely fine move, but the engine is just like, nah. I shall go bishop to d2. Okay, my move is still fine, thank God. Yeah, bishop back. And again, bishop to d2. Like, what? Leech has 45, 45. That's that, like, it might be difficult for me. That's the, what do you call it? The, that's the, what you call it? The Leech's, classical league, let me put it that way. I've been watching John Bartholomew's coverage of it on his he's doing the Wolf League, Wolf Chess League or something like that. And I actually tried signing up for it, and I was like, sometimes my shadows are some way. Because I really do want to try it out. I really want to try it out. You wanted to, I mean, Oliver, how can you, like, the only way you can do that is to create a new account, use that from Crass's profile picture, and then send a message, because I'm reading the name of whoever is sending it. Yeah. I mean, it's not like what I played is 100% bad. It's just like, yeah. Okay, so that from Crass, let me play one more, and then I'll play against you. Lone Wolf. I said Wolf Chess League. Lone Wolf. Like that's like been my jam. It's long videos that he does, but I've been like really binge watching them. Because I look at his preparation and again, I always quote John Bartolome like he's my guy. So like I've been watching his. We could play on the same team. Oh, what team are you? I mean, that's fine. We could do that. Because I see that like the people who play in those tournaments have like very high ratings, and I'm very underrated, and I would love to play against them. I would surely love to play against them for sure. Something tells me Oliver just left the stream to make a account called Dark from Crack. Something is just telling me that that's what Oliver went to do. Like I just have this strange feeling that that's what Oliver went to do. I don't know. It's just a feel. I could be wrong, but it just feels like something that Oliver is going to do. Oh, nice. Okay, interesting. Uh, hmm. Spot winning. You play on an alt account, Kawaii Mate or Kai Mate. Okay. Mm, I might still want to take though. Because I think there's a clear weakness that he has created. Yeah, because now you have this clear weakness. Oh, I know my viewers. I do know my viewers. Okay, this is now difficult. Okay. Hmm. Oh, that was dumb. That was so dumb. Oh, I miscalculated. Oh, that was so dumb. Okay, that was so dumb. That was the dumbest thing I've ever done, guys. If I've ever not done anything smart, that was it. I mean, I make up for it in pawns. That was just dumb. Okay, let's make this fun by actually winning this. You know, ideally you want to keep the pawns connected and such. But I want to be crafty here. I'm gonna play a lot of risky chess today. If I play pawn push, what's his plan? He's just gonna come here. That could be a plan. The pawn push, knight jumps in here, queen comes in here. What's his next plan of action? He can just simply go back in the rook. Very risky for me to allow that. But who says I care? Okay. Okay. So we get the piece back, but we are in a very like defensive position. Our king is bad, but like we have a slightly better position than our. You know what? Let me do this. Oh, I don't think that's a good move. Hmm. Hmm. Very difficult for me to find the move. What's my favorite opening? For black Scandinavian, for white is the London. And I know because I just said that 1,000 people just left the street. Give me a second. I'm a little bit like my time is low and I can't figure out the position. So give me a second. I want to figure this out. How do I make weaknesses? That's what I don't know yet. Rather than making weaknesses, why don't I create threats? Because I think I'm much more liable, I'm much more capable of creating threats than like, oh, he sees it. I hope he's not watching the stream. Okay, let's do this. I don't expect him to take, but if he does, I'll be happy. Give me a second, guys. Okay. I'm getting to the center. I don't like that. I don't like that. Okay. I'm gonna keep checking even. Oh, interesting. Okay. Oh, does it work? It doesn't. Oh, my time. Check. That's wrong. Gosh. Oh, come on. That's not what I was planning on doing. I'm simply going to lose on time. I'm simply going to lose on. Yep. Time just missed. Yeah. Give me a second. Yeah, I kind of messed that up. I was actually in a good position there, and I kind of messed that up. Okay. I was actually in a good position there, and I started messing things up. I don't think this move was bad. It's my response from here. I think I got too greedy. Because I saw like this whole thing, but that's like getting into like drawing territory. And I think because my time is low, I should have just obliged. Like just simply come in here. My opponent doesn't have anything. He's possibly going to have to like keep rotating, and that would have been fine. 45, 45, and lone. Okay, play both of them. You have 5-6 in the lone wolf. Okay, nice. It's 11 weeks, right? So I have to wait for. They're on week 3 for the new one, the lone wolf league. So I have to wait for like I think 8 more weeks. Then I can play in it. Yeah. So that from Crass. Your special privileges are live. Oh, that from Crass is not around. Okay. Nice. Okay. Let's get ready. Let's get ready. Let's get ready. I like basically if you're wondering why I like the openings that I like, basically I like openings that force my opponent to play in a specific way. So that like it throws away a lot of their opening out the window. Right? And you feel more comfortable than your opponent whenever you are playing. That's kind of like why I like the openings that I like. It kind of streamlines what your opponent is going to do. Does that mean I don't play other openings? No. I do play other openings, but I prefer those openings simply because of the problems they create for my opponents. If that's understandable. I'm saying that because I know most people don't like the London. Because they're like, it's boring and you get the same position, so on and so forth. And basically, that's kind of like what I like, to make my opponents feel like they don't have a stay in the game. So, like the Scandinavian like this that I'm playing, your opponents basically don't have a say in the game. They basically don't have a say in the game. So, yeah, you're completely fine. Okay. I think I can just save my bishop. Or yeah, I can just save my bishop. That's why I like those openings. Let's castle. Okay. I mean, we can always like cycle through. This move is actually bad, but I want to play. Why do some games feel longer than others? Can someone explain that whole concept? That's completely fine. I'll go for this aggressive. You can play pawn six. Oh, or do I go this way? I'm sure he's going to plan something along. Maybe this is. I'm going to make a controversial move here. It doesn't work. I was going to go 1-2, but then I realized that queen takes yes. Actually, queen takes doesn't exist. Okay, let's go for it. Not my problem. I hope I'm not being too forceful. Takes check. Oh, I forgot. I forgot we are playing 3 minutes. Okay, 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 okay. Oh, damn, 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 damn. Yeah, I just lose. Oh damn. Oh boy, I just lose. Okay, okay. We tried. We tried. We tried. We tried. We tried. We tried. Yeah, we tried. We tried. We tried. I don't think anybody's gonna say I didn't try. I tried. And that's checkmate. Yeah. Damn it. I tried. I tried. I tried. I tried. That was a nice one. I really have to work on time. I really don't do well with low time control. Yeah, I think I made headway. I don't think taking is a good idea for him. And I think I made headway with this move in particular. Right? Oh, that from Crash. We can do a rematch. A good game. Oh, I really want. But I have like simply played the. I think that was actually possible. I could have played rook takes, right? Because if king takes, I just come in check, then check checkmate. Yeah, that would have been. GG attack from Crash. Yeah, very good game. Yeah, that move actually existed. That move actually existed. Am I right? I think I was okay here. Yeah. Knight takes. King comes in here. Rook takes g2. Yeah. And that was an only move. That was an only move. Right? Because you take and your opponent has to respond. This is checkmate and all that kind of stuff. Bishop to e1 is crazy. Why would I go rook h2 check when I can just take the queen? Why would I do that? Is it because like check, queen takes, knight takes, king takes, and you have pawn push? Or because you win the rook here? Yeah, it was. It was. Oh, but that was a nice game. I actually did like that game. I hate the lag, but I do love the game. GG's. It was a very complicated game. So you see, openings like the Scandinavian, which are seemingly drawish and boring, like they do have some fire once in a while. Of course, I do still think that my pawn push move there was not the right move, but I think it was fine at least. Okay, so this like standard lines. I think I want to play bishop now. Do I suspect my opponent is not going to play the right move? Oh, that was unexpected. I completely expected the bishop here, rather. It's because I play Scandi with knight e2 f3. Yeah. That line is also, yeah. That line is also interesting as well. Okay, just so that we are not so monotonous, let's go this way. Grand Prix attack. Okay, let's go. I think this was the move. I don't remember I corrected myself the last time, but I don't remember what I was supposed to do. A6 necessary here. I hate it when I don't know what I'm doing. Let's go this way. It's very rare and aggressive. Yeah, but I mean, ooh, you do. I mean, as a Scandi player, you are aware of these lines or these strange lines that your opponent play. So I just go this way and then play this kind of like g6, right? G6 was the line. G6 was the line. Yeah, G6 was the line. Yeah, I now remember it. Um, e6. Or do I want to bring the bishop out, then play e6? Nah, let's play e6. Then we go here. I think knight here is completely fine. Okay. Knight takes, I'm guessing. We can still try and play it like the traditional like knight off, I think, because this kind of like forces him to either play f4, which may be good for him actually. If I play pawn push, oh no, he can't play f4 here. He can't play f4 here. Sorry, he has to respond because his knight is under attack. He can't play f4. So it's either now or never. Then we can trade off it, and it reduces the whole like aggressive nature of his position. Yeah. So he goes back here. f4 still exists, but it's not as strong. I'm still contemplating whether to allow it or to not. I can simply just take here, but I don't like the isolated pawn. So I'm going to go this way. Allow f4. Yeah. Going to be a problem, but takes, bishop takes. Does exist. This is going to be like the strangest chess I've ever played. You can play like knight. Okay, I thought I was going to actually play like knight takes. Nice, 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 nice. Thanks for dropping by. Do appreciate you being around. Hmm. So do I just castle? How can I like weather the storm? I mean, takes exist, but takes allows like 1, 2, 3. I mean, I might be able to deal with it. Let's take the weak position. Check. This kind of makes moving the bishop a little bit slow, not difficult. He can. I'm not so skilled in this line, so that's kind of like. Okay, he wants to do I go aggressive or do I try and stop this? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Let's go this way. This is gonna be so difficult. Hmm. I had an idea, but I wasn't so sure. Oh, rather. Completely off my radar. But his point, if I play pawn push, right, and then I goes wherever it wants to go to, I'm definitely like losing something there. Maybe, maybe not. Who knows? I did not actually see all the way here. I saw here because I thought this is where he was targeting, but I didn't realize I had like another weakness that my opponent could tell. I play this without thinking because my time is low. Do I still think my opponent has like queen here? Yes, I do. Oh boy. I still think he's winning. I don't think I'm anywhere near the word win. Yep, take. Sure. I don't know. I don't know about that. Let me move on. I think he went about it the wrong. Definitely. I definitely think he went about it. Yeah, I definitely think he went about it. He had me on the ropes. Like he really had me on the ropes. I don't know why he went about it in this specific way. But again, you I think if you trade it off, you're completely fine. Um, because you still have like these ideas. I don't know if he was worried about it. Because like takes, I have to take with my knight. Then you can maybe even launch this attack, or you can't. Maybe 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Maybe you can't launch the attack. But you bring your knight back, and I think you still survive another day. I don't know. Let me check this. I thought he completely had me. I didn't expect to win this game. I completely did not expect to win this game. I'm actually winning here. Yeah, so he should have taken. That's actually interesting. Wait, this whole time that position, it thinks I'm winning? Is anyone stronger than 2000 or something here to explain this to me? How am I winning here? Since I should have just played queen d4 in this position. I should have taken. I was considering taking, but I wasn't so sure. I wasn't so sure. I thought he actually had something. So I went for the disarming move, right? This move sort of like disarms you. Because if we trade off queens, I think that your attack has slowed down. Right? So that's what I was looking at here. Yeah, by the way he went about this here is, I think, completely. Even here, like I even expected takes rook here, right? At least you get the queens of the board. You are still completely lost, but that's a better trade order, right? And if you haven't and you're enjoying the games, remember to follow or subscribe. I do like that. Yeah, 400, you don't know. Trust me. Trust me, even the 2000s don't know what they are doing. It's the same way. You always never know what you're doing. You always think you do, but you never know. Like I always thought, like the engineer telling me that, oh, black is completely fine here. I thought I was completely lost here. Oh boy. Yeah, but let me see if I was right. I remember that it was G when your opponent plays F, you play G6. Yeah, G6 is correct. Knight here is not wrong. And still G6. Yeah, so I remembered it, but not at the right. I remember at the right moment. Yeah, G6. Because if you recall, last week's streams, whenever I played the Sicilian and then they played F, the line was always G6. I think the other things you can play, but I think G6 kind of really deals with the issue, which is like pawn push. So I think at some point I should be very mindful of the fact that this. I'm just happy I survived that. I thought I was completely dead. I thought I was completely second. Like I said, my chess has been a bit better recently. Like on stream, normally it's off stream that I do well. How many of you like the Black Lion or the Anti-Philidor's position? We are playing different things so that the games don't seem so stale. No, you play this first. I have not played this in a while, so the lines are pretty rare in my mind. Oh, this is a very interesting line. Okay. Let's. My opponent is not playing it the way it gives me like an aggressive position, so we'll just play what Ginger GM calls the tame lion, and now he plays F. And in my humble experience, one thing I've never learned is when you shouldn't take. That's the only thing I don't know about that position. When you shouldn't take. So let's go rook. Like there are times you should not take F, and there are times you should take F. I don't know when you shouldn't take F. I feel like he wants to come in here, and I want to stop him. Does he want to take? I think he wants to take. Hmm. Remember I played this in another game and it was bad? I feel like trying it again. Pawn push. Is there any like kind of sacrifice that makes pawn push work? I could try and weaken his queen side and then go for a queen side assault. I don't know if that works. The main move I have to worry about is this. So I can play here, here. Or I can go here, here to kind of like stretch. Decisions. Why is this? Why am I saying this move? Because queen can come in here to, like, my opponent can pile up pressure on it, I guess, like with knight here, rook here, and then this move becomes possible. But I have 1, 2, 3 defenders. He currently has 1. So 2, 3. I think I'm still fine. 4, then maybe I have to think about it a bit. I mean, so in that time, I can. Would this be much better than this? I mean, let's go for a queenside assault. If I've missed something, I've missed something. Um, wow. Okay, this move just made me doubt my entire existence. Wow. That move is actually, I did not even look at it. I did not even think it was plausible. Like imagine that taking this can actually. Been on the back foot in like every. I don't know. I think this is just a safety first move. I could go for like more like active options. Maybe even trading the bishops makes more sense, but I don't know. I just hate this whole alignment issue. I have to like there's nothing more. I can't do anything about it. My opponent just has a good move. I just have to. His move is to come in here with his knight for. I'd have loved to like play a move like this, but you can see that this move. Which is why like I'm thinking heavily on this move. Yeah, time is always going to mess me up, isn't it? Time is just always going to mess me up. Move the knight and yeah, I just couldn't think about it. That's it. Yeah, that's it. I don't think I was like particularly worse there. If I had more time, maybe I would have solved it. Because here at this point, I think black is better. Just that my time was spent too much on the defense. And my time was spent too much on the defense. F6, I did play this. Bishop to E6 is what one of the moves I considered, but because this I just needed to get this guy out. But yeah, like I said. Maybe after this we'll do some 10+5. Oh no, I hate it when I've already beaten someone and I have to defend the reason that I beat them the first time. Come on. Oh boy. Okay. My opponent is playing this whole C5 line to if he trades off, he's basically having the time of his life. I think this is how you want to play the Jobava. Mm, let's go check. Let's go knight. Let's go takes. Mm-hmm. Um, I mean, we can still play Jobava lines. I mean, nothing prevents that. Sincerely, I don't get that move. I might be missing something. I don't get that move. I I still get to do what I was planning on doing. So to be frank, I don't get that move. I'm really confused. Um, nah, in this way. Something just feels wrong about the way my opponent is playing. torn between two things here. Either guy. Hmm. I know he can block it though. Oh boy. What? Oh boy. Don't you just hate it? Yeah. That was actually very interesting. That was actually very interesting. Yeah, so my position looked bad, but I thought it was playable. Let's go to when I think my position was like completely terrible. I think after here. Yeah. But I managed to pull through. And I think that's the good part. Right? My opponent could not make the forceful decision. Like there was one thing he was doing which was very wrong. And he was overly attacking. And one thing you have to learn about chess is that when you realize that you are only attacking with one piece, when you're only attacking with one piece, you want to stop and add more pieces to the attack. There were many occasions my opponent had to play knight, bring the rook in, bring the bishop in, and create more pressure. Right? He could actually be more forceful with his attack, but he kept attacking with only his queen. And I would maneuver around his queen and use the free time to develop my pieces. So, for example, like look here, he comes in with his queen. I move my queen upward. This creates the possibility of pawn push. That way, for example, if pawn push, I have takes here. It may not have been the best response, but I was actually thinking also about like moving this way or something, but I wasn't so sure. So I played this move. He comes in here. There's no attack. Like this position, there's nothing. So the queen coming in here just doesn't make any sense, right? Here it says sacrifice and go rook b1. That's actually very interesting. So takes, and now my opponent is having weaknesses, right? Let me turn this off. My opponent is now having weaknesses. I play this move because now I want to open up my bishop. Like my pieces are locked or they are stuck. So I want to now like activate my pieces. I target a weak pawn. He comes in here. He completely forgets about this, comes in here. Again, if I come in here and you take here, these pawns are dropping and your king is much like unsafe, much more unsafe. Now he comes back to defend and I notice that, okay, I can do this back rank move. But the point is not really to get to the back rank, it's to target this pawn. Because after check, I just come in here and I'm targeting the pawn. And what does my opponent do again? Right back again with the queen. So now I can defend and now I have no problems. This guy is pinned. The knight, this guy can't really move. And I have very dangerous like attacking options. And then he castles and that just doesn't. because you just castle into mate, right? So it's kind of like something you want to learn. You don't want to attack with one piece. You really don't want to attack with just one. Let's do a 10 plus 5. Oh, nice. We still play our London system. Boom. Okay. He's gonna do what I think he's gonna do. Okay. Yep. So mostly if you are playing the London and you get this line, you are in a very good position. You are likely to win this position a lot more, though it's going to be difficult. If my opponent doesn't play in a specific way, I'll be much more confident about the win. If he does, then it's going to be a challenge. So let's see how my opponent plays against this. But if you get this position in the landing system as white, you should be like very happy with your position. And now my opponent joins the stream to find out what I'm saying about the position. But I'm not going to mention anything besides telling you how I feel about the position. Mm-hmm. Okay. It sounds funny, right? It feels counterintuitive, right? Just like playing a pawn push throughout. But you'll be quite shocked how like powerful and effective it is. So a lot of times your opponent like sometimes comes in here. You could start with the knight. I think starting with the knight is much more effective. But this move, like sometimes they try and attack your bishop to take your bishop out of that square. Interesting. Maybe I should have gone pawn push. Maybe I should have gone pawn push. Because ideally that's what I do. Ideally I just go pawn push and allow them to jump in here. But today I decided to play a much more conservative move. Might be a bit harder to defend, but we'll defend it. This prevents like pawn push, your opponent trying to like force a capture, and then this pawn is hanging, that kind of stuff. So we are very solid on the e5 square, so our opponent can't really try it. He goes forward. Hmm. Our castle. Hopefully I'm not wrong here. I'm not spending time because the position I think should be straightforward, but I could be messing up something somewhere, for all we know. So he does like go for the move. I have to find a way to cancel. Hmm. Okay. We know our opponent's next move. You know what? Hmm. I think I didn't play this well. Let's do this. Not easy. Not easy. Still think white is better, but it's not easy. Hmm. There are, I think, a few adjustments I could have made. I shouldn't have played as fast as I was playing because I thought I knew the lines. But I don't think my position is like loose shape of. At least not yet. You know? I completely agree with him spending. Completely agree. That move is very suspect. Mm, mm. That move is very suspect. I don't know what the plan is. I don't. I don't. Ah, now I get it. Cinco de Mayo. He takes. Okay. Still very difficult to like move. Like you want to move your rook, but there's a problem, which is why you're still not moving your rook. Yeah, and that's the move. Yeah, so nice. My opponent is making head. Still not straightforward. You still can't just move the rook, you know? I think this is the best. He wants to trade off the bishops. I don't know if I should allow it on. Probably have missed. I was thinking about like just playing this move, but then the rook still steps in, so I don't know. I'm deactivating my pieces, but I don't know. Oh boy. I don't like when my rook is too. Okay. That was actually not the right move. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Okay. I figured it out now. Okay. Was that just a draw? Yeah, I think we. Mm. Hmm. Give me a second. Look, if I lose this, I lose this. I could draw this, but if I lose this, I lose. Yeah, I'm only one square, two squares. Oh, you have no idea how much I have to win this. You have no idea. Like my end games, if you've watched this stream for quite a while, my end games are abysmal. So like winning this end game would mean so much to me. Okay, so now we have this move. Hmm. Hmm. We get a Lucina position from this. I don't know. Hmm. Not what I thought. I messed up. I got too greedy. What? If I go here. What if I just go all the way here? Or just even like here? Wait, how about just like check? I don't know why he did that. He's not that low on time that he wouldn't see this. Actually, now I have a chance. Problem is, I get my book. I still think I'm winning, right? Like it still has the same like tellings of a Lucina in the sense that I can leave the pawn. Yes. All right. Oh boy, that was. Whew. Unless of course I'm hallucinating. This is just checkmate. Wow. I played that terribly, guys. I know I played that terribly. That was yeah. I got a very good position in the opening, and I played terribly. I don't know. I'm still winning, but my opponent clearly had a chance to draw. He just messed it up when he played Rook H1. Yeah, I definitely messed that up. I definitely I definitely. Let me see. I want to see exactly if I'm correct about it, because I think I was better throughout the game, but at the end game I kind of messed it up. Yeah, 2 blunders. Yeah, you see it here. I completely blew it. But you see that I was dominating. Whoa, I made a big mistake somewhere. Interesting. Huh. I'm actually interested in this point. What point is that? Bishop back. Really? Because after knight takes, rook comes in. Rook wasn't supposed to come in. He was supposed to have taken my pawn, my rook. Okay, I saw that, but I thought that, oh, I thought it was completely fine, but I think I was wrong. Yeah, I actually messed that up. I actually thought I was fine there, and I messed that up. Yeah, and then we get to this point in the end game. So wait, he came in here. I felt like playing G, but I played this. Yeah, I felt like playing G4, but I didn't like the fact that like my bishop looked like it was going to get trapped. But looking at it now, I see a very. I don't think it works. I don't think this works. I don't think it's a good move. Yeah. I really have to work on my endgame. I really mess things up. That's why I say that like winning endgames would mean the world to me. A little bit sad I didn't play this the best. Happy I won. My opponent, I mean, as well, didn't play the best. Yeah, the moment my rook had to come back here, or I don't know if my rook had to come back here, but the moment I did this, I knew I was playing passively. Maybe I could have just left it here and then like started something. But I was worried about the rook coming to the background. And that's where like sometimes my fears come from. But I think I shouldn't have been so much afraid. I could have gone, for example, like this. If my opponent comes in here, I still like come in this way. And now if he tries to target this, I now see that this move exists because now you come in here and I take. So my opponent doesn't have like that liberty to just keep moving around. But I was a little bit very like too much afraid of that because I think after this, I could even deflect the king first or something. But I don't know, maybe even this is just fine. I don't know if I want to take here first or take here. I don't know which one. I mean, you take here, you get hit with this, then you take here, maybe you get hit with. We are still playing a drone. Actually, check king moves you take, and then I think this is still winning. So maybe I was underestimating the position. Then where I actually felt like, okay, I did feel like at a point I had seized control back in the game. Again, there were many ways my opponent could have drawn this, but at the point I think he lost focus. And here I was like, okay, it's if I'm drawing, but let me create chances. I was just responding to my opponent too much. And then I went for this idea. And luckily I went for this idea because it helped me. And my opponent blunders with this. I felt he should have gone for a more like active role. Or something. But yeah, even Rook H4 just helps him. And I'm so happy I spotted this. Because you know, this would have been this would have been problematic. I'm kind of fine, but I don't like the reporting position. So I'm kind of happy I spotted that. Then the rook comes back. Then this is completely fine. What? This was the draw? Does he just play rook takes? Is that what they're saying? King F what? No, King F4 is what I should have played. My opponent should have played F6. Okay, I thought about that here. And I was like, okay, I'm now threatening checkmate. So I can come in this way and I'm threatening checkmate. Check here and I can just dodge in this way. Oh. Yeah, he just takes. Okay. It's not a checkmate. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Then yeah, I completely did not play this right. And I think there's a point here where I messed things up again. But this was still winning? Huh. Cause Yeah, he played it. I was thinking that okay, yes, it is still. I don't know what I was thinking. Yeah, it is still winning. You make the queen and then takes here, and I was just kind of wondering like how do I like come out of this? Like, is it really possible for the queen to sorry to break the connection? So I was thinking that this may be a draw for me because my end games are trash. But yeah, I guess I was fine. Okay. Again, if my opponent took here, this is checkmate. If my opponent takes here, I take. The king still can't move. That was horrible. So, guys, as always, thank you so much for being around. To those who subscribed and followed, if you're on Twitch, follow. If you're on YouTube, subscribe. We're trying to get to 1,000. Thank you guys so much. Like I said, my streaks have been like not my streaks. Like I've been doing quite well recently. Like I don't have a lot of like down moments. It's like it doesn't happen to me that much. I'm happy that it's actually going on well for me. It makes me look forward to August. August, I'll be playing an over the ball tournament. Thank you guys so much. If you want to get notifications about the streams or ask me questions, always on the Discord. To the Lakers, thank you so much. Being around. Why did it not send? I just did exclam Discord. It didn't send. What? What is happening? Oh, okay. The message is going to come out twice. Sorry about that. And for any beginners looking for coaching, I do offer coaching. You can send me an email and we can discuss the terms and everything. Thank you so much. I'll see you.